Extremely professional, I even forget to bring my mic down. How good am I? Evening, Jonesy. Nice to see you, pal. Glad you managed to wake up in time for it. So we are back to doing some more random ships, as well as moaning about idiots on Earth space dock, glitching out the rising walkers. Yet another damn good reason not to do bloody pet summons as event rewards. Yep, my fellow addict, how are we doing? So, we'll do quite a few different things tonight. I have my endeavours to do. I was hungover this morning, so I didn't really get much done STO-wise between work and the kids. So I decided, you know what, I'll just get that done tonight. So I'm going to switch over to my Klingon character to do the disruptor damage on ground and the hurt attendants. Then we'll come back to this character. I have some keys to open. See if the pity point is actually going to take pity on me for a change. And then we'll do the Undine ships in the battle zone. I'll probably queue up for the transdimensional tactics because that's a nice, quick, easy win. TFO, even though it is ground. Wrong one. Keep the theme going. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll grab all the random ships. I'm going to make it easier on myself tonight though. Because trying to keep track of what ships were picked the last time was a challenge for me. Let's get the endeavours out of the way first. Then I'll probably go over a bit about the new bundle that's coming as well. I say my thoughts are well known on it already. I've posted in the feedback section, in the Discord. I've mentioned it on Spencer's video that I watched this morning. And yeah, I have opinions, shall we say. Right. So, where is... Dun dun dun... Melting Point, there we are. Yeah, we'll have a wee chat about it. So I say I've got my views on it, you know, same as every other player's got it. And at the end of the day, if you want to buy it, you don't want to buy it, it's up to the player. Yeah, it's not up to us to tell everybody. Up there's Dan sneaking in with the bit straight away. Just realised I don't have any of my lights of that plugged in. It's not good. Yeah, but I would do. Do like it when you sneak in with the bitties. It's better, that's more immersive. Yeah, whatever. I don't even know what fleet that one is in, to be honest. Let's make sure I've got the shutter on, so it's fine. The joys of taking 120 of these wee buggers and listening to fucking Kamarki. It's a joy and a pleasure.
Welcome.
Draenur's quite the hidden paradise, don't you think?
We only needed a minimum level.
To be honest with you, the fact that they did the Omega at the same time, I think they've listened to console players. You know, apart from the perceived slight that they never get anything that PC gets, which is also the biggest word of pish I've ever heard, but the same ones keep moaning on every single post. But they might have worked out better than what Cryptic did, how to time stuff. So if they've got it all ready to go, they'll do it in the patches on console, you know, tying in with the requirements of Sony and Microsoft, and have it all sitting there ready just to turn on at the same time that PC gets it. Which would make sense. Because, you know, it could increase their sales, you know, because if PCs gets it 4-6 weeks in advance, and by the time everybody's used it, reviewed it, and if it's crap, then console might not bother with it. Yes, the steam powered minigun.
Here, I'll show you.
Turning toward the planet. They're heading for us.
No, the problem is it's slow as hell for firing. I do like the little can maneuver with it though. How are you doing that?
I think I can tap into their comms from here. Hold on.
Oh, I think it also increases their sales as not having Spencer review anything. I seriously doubt there's going to be a Zen sale. And I think since they've just done the lifetime sub on PC, Teach me not to be able to pay attention. That it's unlikely they'll do a Zen sale. They'll probably do like they did last year. Forget to advertise the fact that they're doing sales, except in an email. Do a Zen sale, a 35% bundle sale, and a Muds bundle sale. So that's odds are that's probably what we'll see for Black Friday. Yeah, he's obviously looking after the little one. You know, any of us that have got kids are fully aware of how much time they take up. Especially if you're working at the same time and everything else, so it's fully understandable. So, oh good, thank Christ for that. I've finished. I don't need to use this now.
That cargo is blocking the way. Head down to the beach and around.
We're still tapped if it's in heavy comms.
Sneaky suspicion I'm going to have to do this one twice. No, well, thankfully, my kids are a bit older when I started doing this. So, I was in a slightly easier position. At the moment, I'm quite tied up with work. I'm leaving my current role in 4 weeks' time, so a lot to try and get finished and get stuff handed over. So, this is why my stuff's been absent of late. Come on, let's see if we can get 120 out of this mob. See, that was my worst nightmare every time my wife told me she was pregnant, was that it would be a girl. As it stands, I've got 3 boys, so I've only got 3 little pricks to worry about. And my eldest, he's turning 13 end of this month, so that's going to be the fun conversations of where to stick things and how to cover them. Think about taking the Jim's dad approach from American Pie though. I don't know if you still get magazines or it's just all the online ones these days. It's like hitting a ball against the wall, which can be fun, but you want somebody to return the ball. Yeah, that's those 2 there done. Oh, we have a point. What are we going to get the point for this time? What are we getting? The Odie Pish. I say it's Odie Pish, it's actually not too bad. We'll do the kit performance. Right, back to the main. And we're going to pick a ship. We're going to do the Undine, and then we'll do the Transdimensional Tactics one. Right. So that's what I did manage to do today. Hey, random wheel generator. I put all the ships that I have sitting in the dock at the moment, minus the ones we used on Sunday. So let's do a spin. See what we're getting. Apart from my eyes going cross-eyed for a second. What are we using? Yep. So we're going for the Theseus. Not a bad ship to start out on, to be honest. Now, what I do is find the damn thing. There it is. And I've just left it as CSV. Okay. I probably should stick it onto Plasma 1, but I'm not going to bother. Right. I'll make some changes though. I'm going to put on the Trafalgar console. I'll stick that on there. Chronophage. That should do it. That'll be fine. Right. Then we'll have a little look at the DOFs. That's an old Omega. Yeah. Alright. Active space, we've only got 3 on. That's always good, that is. Get that on. You always fall off. And stops. Emergency con on, so that's fine. Tops. Where the hell's all my bloody energy? Why the hell are you sitting there? Same with you. You. Ah. Oh, 3 on. Right, let's see what else we'll put on. Try and put something else on. I do need to get some more emergency weapons officers. Actually, I need to go through and sort out all my doffs actually. What were you? You were... Until sign up. What were you? You were... That command. Nope. Stick that on. That'll do. Stations. Yep. No. Trait wise, oh, we're missing a trait. There's a shocker. Imagine the traits falling off a ship when you switched it. Who would have thought it? What to put on? It's starting to happen more and more frequently. It tends to. I've noticed that if it's on ships I haven't used for a while, and I always make sure I swap them on ground. Yeah, I'll stick Hearty Soul on it. There we go. And we'll check the trait anyway. Well, in fact, we'll check the trait when we go to the battle zone. Yeah, I've done that before. I've done it with all my traits off and not realised. Now we quick look on the official Discord and see if anybody else is. It's far enough, 2 folk have marked down the official Discord post about the Ryzian walkers, and I know for a fact one of them is the one that does it. So, yeah. Do that with a pinch of salt. Right, go to the Undine Space one now. I wonder what theme they're going for. I say it's the same mob that do it all the time. Right, you don't need to be up there. You can come down here. That bloody Trafalgar console. Oh, it's definitely not in the tray. I'll put that up there. There we go. Just 10 ships to take out here, so happy days. Trying to find a nice little space to go and shoot some ships. Here we go. I don't mind the missions to destroy ships. It's when they specify it's got to be in the battle zone, it just annoys the hell out of me. Because A, it means I've actually got to go to the battle zone, and then B, sometimes there is only one instance. So if you've got another, 8 or 9 players or more in there already, you've got little to no chance of actually getting the kills that you need. Much rather just run private TFOs or patrols and get the ship kills that way. Leaves just now. When it comes to the Endeavour system, they claim it's their main retention system. How the hell that's going to make players wouldn't stick around for 7 years is beyond me, but hey ho. Had they just increased it, by 100 levels or 150 levels a year, then it would have probably been better received. But you're right enough, when it does come to the rewards, so let's have a look at the rewards store. So, whoop-de-doo, 300 lobby. Yeah, it's going to work well. Oh look, a title, fantastic. 7 years down the line, you'll get one in Vanity Shield. What they should have done is had it split. So was it 1250? Yeah, I was going to say 1250 endeavours. So give something every 100. When your first 100, you get the title. Now, the next 100 could be the lobby, it could be, I don't know, T6 upgrade or something like that. And then as you start to get higher up, into the 900s, the thousands, and close to it, you start looking at things like either an epic Phoenix token, which probably don't need to do it because most folk that would get that high already have all the ships out of the Phoenix store, or a T6 coupon or something like that. But that isn't, and this is me saying it as well, which is even more ironic, that isn't a big enticement. to stick around and do the endeavours. It's because I'll be the first to admit I didn't do them for long enough. Couldn't be bored, that's why I'm only at 474. So, I've got many years ahead of me before I hit the 1250, and then by that time they're probably up to about 2000. A lockbox or a promo, yeah. For completing the 750. Or, as a lot of folk would ask for, a way to unlock one ship. Account wide. So one infinity, either lockbox or promo, doesn't make any difference. Ship unlocked account wide. Yeah, we do win regular giveaways, yes we do. And no matter how much I moan about that bloody Moobot over in Mutara stream. Right. So let's get back to one of the safe zones. I'm wondering how long before the likes of Dyson and K7 and the other star bases start to suffer the same as ESD and DS9. The GMs will probably do hee-haw because they're probably part of the same body fleet, as rumour has it. Right, let's get transdimensional tactics out the way. Oh Christ, that popped straight away. There we go. The whole moving between platforms as well is... they've shot themselves in the foot big time on that. Because, as many will know, that I am on both PC and Xbox. Long story short, PC went tits up, switched to Xbox, got new PC, came back. Now, I have stuff on my Xbox account that I don't have on my PC account. I can't get it on PC, or I'm not willing to buy it for PC, shall we say. And so I'll keep both of them going just because of the time I've invested. But if I started off on Xbox and wanted to move away and come to PC or switch to PlayStation or what have you, and if I'd done that, I wouldn't have been playing Star Trek Online. For something as simple as looking at what a player has unlocked and just unlocking it on another platform. Now, we're not talking about physically moving assets between platforms, so their excuse on that one is a load of crap. All they've got to do is say, right, what event rewards has player X got on platform Y? Okay, we'll just have them unlocked on platform Y. Dan, that would kill console. That would kill it completely. Because at the moment, console has no backlog on the Deluxe. That's because there's no bots. So if you were to merge them, then somebody would have, bot farmed on PC and would be selling it for Zen over on console. Again, if you load your... well, it is actually, you're right enough, Muds, it is. But then, if you look at how PC is set up, so the UI, unless they unlock the UI on console, Now, UI for PC is far superior. There's a lot more customization, a lot more control. Which again, if you factor that in, so if you were to do crossplay, for example, console couldn't compete with PC with its controller interface. So console players that claim they're the best of the best would soon get really, really pissed off. Let's see about that. But yeah, any interaction between the platforms would kill console completely. Because it's a lot easier for us to get resources on PC, and then if you were to load it up on console, then boom, there goes the Dell X on console. Same with the exchange. I say I don't even do the lockboxes on console because it's too much of a pain in the ass to try and sell stuff on the exchange. On PC, just drag the item in, automatically search for it, and boom, you get a price. Console, you've got to sit there and body type it in using your controller. But then you've got the same issue again, Dan, is that it's easier to get Zen, for example, on console. So if you're getting Zen for free, right? Easy enough done. I do it all the time on console. I've had about 10k Zen in the last year and a bit, and that's me only logging in to do events. So I could, in theory, buy, if they do the T6 coupon bundle, then boom, I could send myself 3 T6 ships, and it would cost me absolutely nothing. So, same for promo packs, keys. Don't think there is a way to have the two platforms interacting without destroying one of them. Now, transfer of accounts, that would be a more feasible option to do. So if a console player wants to come to PC, they set up their PC account, they log a ticket with Arc, with their console account details, and it's set up, it scans the console account and goes, right, you have the Elite Force unlocked from event Y, you have the Jellyfish, you have in the Pavo set, whatever it is you've unlocked, you have 5,000 Zen sitting, you've got 2 million dill, whatever it is, and it literally just unlocks those items on your PC account. Obviously it won't do all your ship mastery and your ship builds, but I'd rather go through and redo all my ship mastery on the ships that I don't have on PC, that I do have on console, and have the ability just to bring everything over and shut down my console account. But that's just me. There we go. Hey, we're only, 35 minutes in and I've already had a rant. There we go. Might as well keep the rants going. So the legendary bundle. Dum dum dum. What did I say about the legendary bundle this morning? Well, no, last night actually. I was kind of slightly drunk when I was typing it. 2 seconds. I'll just snippet it and I'll put it up on the screen. So this was pretty much my comments last night when I got home from my work's night out. So my take on the Navar was, it should never have been a commander engineer. commander tack. It's a lot more fitting for the ship. You know, their self-imposed rules of what seating does what for what class of vessel and what that class of vessel has to be for the bundle is a bit daft. It should be pick what's best for the ship. The rest of it will fall into place. The trait itself is interesting, and that if they buff it up to be basically complex disruptor fires, then that would be fantastic. And the pets themselves, from the looks of them and what's on them, you're better sticking to the Type 7s or the Toju or even the Valors. So that was my take on that. So pretty much echoing what most other folk have said about the Nevar. It's because that's the one that everybody was hyped themselves up about and had great expectations for, and as always got pissed off when their expectations were not met. So the Nebula is the biggest waste of space there is, in my personal opinion. We've already got back in hundreds of bloody science ships, most of which are better than this one. The ship itself in the show is designed to be a multi-mission. You know, it's got a mission pod. It swaps out and does what it needs to do. Look at the Phoenix. That was very tactical focused, for example. The Farragut and at the end of Generations, that was more of a support platform for recovering, obviously, the Enterprise D saucer and the crew. So they could have ran it with that, you know, done something really interesting, such as the ship changes based on the mission pod. So if you have, say, a mission pod that's got the 2 hangar bays, it becomes an FTC. You put the weapons module on it, you get a commander tack. You stick a science module on it, you've got your commander psi. If they'd worked out to do that and put that in, that would have been a phenomenal change in the game mechanics. And of course, the bloody fixation with bloody miracle worker on a fucking science ship. Not got a Scooby-Doo. So, the LAN, that should have been basically a copy and paste of the Terran Eagle. Because at the moment there is only one torpedo boat, and that is the Terran Eagle. You know, we've all seen the videos on it. I don't know how many have used it. I've used it. So had they done the delay as a copy and paste of the Terran Eagle for the seating and the spec, folk that fly ROM would have been fantastic. Would have been brilliant. Would have been over the moon. You know, they've got a Romulan ship that is as good as a Terran Eagle for torpedo builds, and it's, you know, faction specific for them. I would have loved it, to be honest. The ship itself looked absolutely amazing though, but the skin they put on it looked absolutely fantastic, and I'm very tempted purely for that aspect. Obviously doing the content for it, but apart from that, there was nothing else about that ship that even remotely appealed to me. So it's the usual art team carrying the bundle because the systems team screwed it. So at least they didn't put double spec seating on it. That's the main thing. And then we'll just see what fluff they throw in. Now, they've missed several opportunities now to give us the Red Maelstrom torpedoes from the Wrath of Khan that folk have asked for, you know, with both the 50th anniversary bundle and the Timeless bundle. Instead of a fucking kit module and a crap uniform. But if they threw that in, you know, they're looking at some Lost Era kind of ships with it, you know, with the Delan there. So that could work. We could get the Klingon version of it, which would have been good as well. Obviously, we won't get any interiors, but again, you know, some new interiors wouldn't went amiss. So we shall wait and see. We'll see. Probably, I would imagine Monday that we'll get the blog about it, about the bundle, I think, or they might stick to the norm and, you know, release the blog during the downtime on Tuesday to try and reduce the amount of folk that would actually read it and go, nah, I'm not going to buy that now, and just hope for the impulse buying or the wannabe, I've got enough resources, I'm just going to buy it. Look how good I am. Bunch of piss that you see on Discord. So anyway, for me, the bundle for personal use, can't say I would give it a second thought, if I'm honest. For doing content, I know who you are, it's not you I'm referring to, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But for content for the channel, I think a lot of folk will be not wanting it for the Navar if nothing else. So from a business point of view, if you like, I'll probably have to get it on Tuesday to do the videos, you know, the shield vids, might do a couple of reviews with it, might even do a couple of streams using the ships and builds, etc. So I'll wait and see. I did think about that, to be honest. But then again, folk are, for some weird bizarre reason, in love with the nebula, the look of the nebula. And I'm like, I don't like the look of that. The Delan though, the Delan skin, that's going to be, I think that's going to be a very popular one, purely from the looks of it. So we shall wait and see. But anyway, there you go, there's another rant freeze. I'm doing very well tonight with my rants. It was, yeah. And it's the back of it that puts me off. I didn't mind the nebula too much, you know. I've got the body thing. Let's grab one of them. Save me going into the dock and getting out and having a look at it. I'll be sod's law that, you know, I'll pull it up in a minute. So if we just look at the standard nebula. Yeah, so obviously nice and easy kit bash, you know, galaxy hull, galaxy pylons, turning the cells upside down, stick the saucer on the top and put something at the back. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I quite like that. Not a big fan of the deflector though. I much prefer the deflector on... That's not the Phoenix. That's definitely not the Magellan. Just Farragut. I preferred the actual Galaxy deflector on it. But to me, you know, I quite liked it. I liked the end of Generations when we seen it. And we seen it in passing a bit. Obviously from the Phoenix and the Wounded episode of TNG as well. But I do quite like the look of the nebula. But having the stupid fucking tiny warp nacelles at the back and basically what looks to be, I'm thinking, a shuttlecraft stuck on it, that team did well to make it look like it, but if I was to get it, this would be the skin that would be on it. So I see the Phoenix there with its weapons pod on. It's just the deflector that I'm not overly thrilled with. So okay, it looks like the Sutherlands, you know, that looks quite nice. The mortar there with the hanger mod on it. And again, I like that. Looks quite nice. I always liked the look of the Venture skins. You know, with the colours and the shapes and that on them. Also, it needs a bit of a revamp, but yeah. It's just a freaking damn shame they made it look a bit uglier on the Wedge 2 one with a really dumbass idea of freaking why let's just stick another bloody science ship on it. So, it's KDF. I think the line's pretty much just the Braille. Hey, Ken. So, well, I think it got me is the fact that they did originally Navar when there is only one bleeding T6 version of it. So it's only one console, one trait. Can't remember what the hell one it's actually in. No, it's in that one. It's a neg T, wasn't it? Ah, that's it there. Yeah, so we've just got that one trait, the one console, and there you go. Yes, there is ships I don't own. And that's purely because, and it's something I've talked about before, is I have the Federation version of all of these ships. So I've got the traits, I've got the consoles. And in my mind was, well, why would I buy basically the same ship again? Now, had the option of, if you had, say, I don't know, there's that ugly ass one. Aye, there you go. So that's the Avenger one, isn't it? No, the Gagarin, sorry. Yeah. Crayon version of the Gagarin. So, if you had the Gagarin, on Fed you could fly that. On KDF you could claim this ship. On the Romulan you could claim the Romulan one. And then you could have the faction specific ship, but still have the traits and the consoles and everything else. That I would have been more inclined to do more alts and different species. I don't think they are phasing out the Dominion faction in the game, to be honest. The Dominion faction has never really been that popular. It's never been fully explored. Now, yeah, we've got a couple of story arcs, and that's about it. And yeah, doing a Jem'Hadar, you know, you start at level 60 or 65, whichever one it is. And it's great because you're right up at the top end. You don't have to spend a day leveling your character up. And the ships themselves look really, really good. And they've also got the wingman mechanic. So I was like slightly disappointed in it, put another one in. But if they had done that, you would have been looking at into the wiki. About 25,000 Zen for it. Yeah, because there's a 4-ship legendary bundle. There's Klingon and Fett. And that was 25,000 Zen. Initial discount 25%, so obviously you better wait for 35%, especially with this kind of pricing. But had they put a Gem Hadar ship into that bundle, that is the price that folk would have been looking at paying. Or that, should I say, in the first couple of weeks, and then Black Friday's going to hit. And it's going to go on 35% sale, and everybody's going to bitch and moan that they only bought it at 25% off, and yada yada yada. So, and on the fluff that you got with, 500 will be 2 T6 ships. That's fine. Extra ship slots, experimental upgrades, which you could sell. You sell the T6 coupons. Ultimate tech upgrades, yeah, what to do. Master keys, yeah, fair enough. And the Infinity promo R&D pack, so you had the potential of getting an extra couple of ships off it. And then obviously the Targ, the robes, which I don't think I've ever worn. And I've used Worf, in the early stages of level up a character. I've got the 11th as well, and I got it because I wanted Dvorcha, and and then I quite liked the Ambassador class, with the Horatio skin there. But Excelsior, didn't really like the repulse look on it, but I do put the XL refit on it. So, and the legendary Bird of Prey was just crap. So, is that where the Keep Rogue came from? I always wondered that. So, I used the Vulture for on my KDF character for almost a year. And that because I thoroughly loved the ship. I was doing 3 different builds on it. I had a Fire at Will build, I had a CSV build, and I had a Beam Overload build on it. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, except for the issues that you've seen in the videos on it, with forced lighting, aka the painting of the hull, which doesn't change with the vanity shields. But then I got the Botter Skew, and I flew that for long enough. That was actually my main KDF ship for quite a while. When that came out, I can't remember what I swapped to after that. But now I'm using the Demure, the Alliance one at the moment. So for a start, Miracle Worker. And so it was a Lieutenant Commander TAC, sound familiar? Commander Engineer with Miracle Worker, so at least you wouldn't have too much dead seat in there. Then you had Lieutenant Commander Engineering with Pilot, like an Excelsior class starship. Dumbass. So again, far too much engineering seating on it. And a couple of universals. So the seating on it was bad. No. Matter of fact, actually, that seating sounds a bit familiar, so I check something. Commander Engineer, Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Engineer and Pilot. Yeah, not far off it. A Lieutenant TAC and a Lieutenant Commander TAC on a fucking Sovereign class starship. So they really did. And they didn't, I want to say they didn't understand why it was bad. And but It was bad. So it's even fucking worse. But anyway, that's a different story altogether. But yeah, so I think they have the opportunity just now to reach out to the players in the CCs that do builds and no builds. And whether they give us Red Shirt back, you know, as an exclusive platform, you know, we sign NDAs, we could go in, we could test it, we could feed back on what makes the seating good, what makes the seating crap, what's wrong with traits, what's wrong with consoles, if they want to listen, that is. Now, in exchange, you know, we get to do our content recording, you know, before the final release of the bundle or the ship to the player base, you know, so we get a leg up, you know, having our content ready. So day of release, as soon as it's released, we could do our content release and that, and hell, just use the body ship. Yeah. And they could make more money. But as I've said, it's not so much that they start launching good ships again, Dan. It's they're told to aim for B tier ships. That's their standing instruction, as was said by an individual on a stream a few months ago. The amount of money that Cryptic and Deca leave on the table is phenomenal. So, Gone Identity, that looks awfully fucking familiar. Right, anyway. Let's do some stuff. What shall we do? That's true. Right. What do I want to do? Do I want to open up some lot boxes, or do I want to get a TFO in the go? Yeah, no, that's how I feel about gambling. What we'll do, we'll get some boxes open. That'll take quite 5 minutes. I need to go and refill my cup. And then we'll generate another ship. We'll get everybody into a team for those that want to join. And then we can do some random TFOs for an hour or so. Right. Let's see if we get anything exciting. So 15 keys. I'm going to move this over here. Weapons pack. Fucking T5 ship again. That must be about my 5th or 6th one this week. Whoop-de-doo. Protostar tricorder. Ooh. Crown trait. I really have been absolutely fucking screwed over in a lot of boxes of late. Into the Borg. Fuck's sake. Well, that was absolutely pish. Not to put too fine a point on it. It was pish. Just now. It is. It really is. As I say, I've probably opened about 400 boxes so far and not had a ship drop yet. So, That's why I keep trying every so often. Right. I was wanting to do something with these, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I was after something. So I checked the wiki on something just now. Well, actually, thankfully, came. Mine was only 12 million this time. Some nice, caring individual sold 10 keys at 12 million each. So I picked them up. That's fine. I'm going to grab these because I'm wanting them for a theme build. It's phaser, yep. Ho 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 ho! Hello! That kind of makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? I was going to. That's what I was checking. I was checking to see if these actually had an Omni in them. I might see how much that is on the exchange at the moment in a second. And pick out Joe Bank, don't really care about that. Ground traits. That's actually been selling quite well of late, so I'll grab that. I'll put that into my account bank just now. So I don't think I have got. I think I've got 40 things up on the exchange at the moment. Yeah, I do, yeah. Yeah. Rough idea. 850 mil. Ooh. Might be a bit over optimistic there, boys. Yeah. But that though, whack an auto tech upgrade on it, stick it on 800 mil. Yep, that's what I'm thinking, Dan. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put the protected on that just now so I don't fucking delete the damn thing. I'm going to stick it in the bank then, I know. Stick up in the exchange later. John's like, even see those promo packs that we did the trade with. Do you know I've only sold about 10 of them, if that, and they're the lowest price in the market. Really, I sold. I tell a lie, not. I sold a pack of 10 4 days ago. I sold 5 this morning. The Delta ones. So I've got them on at 33.6, which is, you know, about 100 grand less than market rate. Probably. If I did, even better. Keep buying them. So that's not bad. The weapons packs haven't actually been that bad for me recently, because I got the Bow Omni last week from the weapons packs, and now that one. So nice, you know. And if the idiots ever unlock the dumbass restrictions on fucking the Omnis, you know, we could actually have some fun builds and actually use them. So anyway, there's another little rant for you. I'm doing quite well. This is a rant Thursday. And so, right, I might take 5. Let's see mine on the exchange. 2 6. There. As you can see. I'm sitting there. Did manage to sell a couple of these turrets, so they went quite well. And I've sold a couple of the DHCs as well. Yeah. Get well my secrets of my buying and selling here, aren't I put them up in a bundle. Bundles of 10. And they bounced back. All of them. And again, they were on, per unit below the market rate. I put one bundle of 10 back up and it eventually sold. And then I put them up individually after that, and they've been, let's say, right, 2 seconds, I'll put them back up. Put them back up in a bundle. Hey, you sold one. I noticed. That'll do. I hate it when it fucking suddenly decides to update itself. And you're in the middle of clicking things off. Nah. It's a first in, first out system, Dan, so whatever you put up after your first offer doesn't affect it. Am I fucking doing? Yeah, not more space to sell stuff now, that's always good. Ooh. Depends where you put it up. Thank you again with that. I just want to keep buying them in it. See if that kind-hearted souls put the keys back on you. Not a nice low price. Still sitting at 12.9. Might get some more keys towards the end of the stream, and I might even open up some of those promo boxes myself. 7 weeks, yeah, should be going through in the next week or so, mate. What is the backlog in the exchange at anyway? I've not actually looked. 14.3, so it's still stubbornly holding steady. I think all these folk here that are never going to sell their dill, but they just leave them sitting there anyway. So realistically, the Dill X is at least 15 mil backlog by the time you add it all together. 15 and a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm actually thinking, Jonesy, is I mean some EWs. I'm the same, I've still got to get a load of the Doffs as well, and specifically the Borg ones. But yeah, we'll come back to doing some gambling later on. Alright. We'll pick the ship and then I'm going to take a wee quick break. What we getting? What Achilles? Love that ship. I also like to be fanfare there. I like that. Right. Let's get the Achilles out. Right. I've got quite a bit of work to do that on that build, so I'll take a quick break, come back, and we're going to fix this build. I think I'll stick it over to a plasma build, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put this onto a plasma build. And then we'll go and do some content. And break. I really do need to sort out my OBS with scene transitions. Right. Let's get this fixed. So, swap all these over. Swap that out for the turret. There it is there. That was the one I was thinking. Why the hell have I got that at Mark 15 Epic? That was it. Ah, we'll leave it as hexacannons. Right. Sort all this out. Don't have Gemini on, so let's get Gemini on it. And I want to stick on... Where did it go? That's... I moved this over here so that window will stay over there. It's bloody annoying. Where's the plasma wave thingamajiggy? Plasma wave, plasma wave. Where's plasma wave? There it is. And the console of the Gorn Hunter, where's that hiding? That's it. Let's take all this off as well. What armor on? Chronophage. Where's Chronophage? We want Chronophage. Can I see it for looking at it? There we go. We'll leave sector shields on. That's fine. I'm going to swap that out for the disco one. To be honest with you, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. And DHCs do more than enough. Heck, even the dual cannons can do enough. And I don't think it would make that much of a difference, especially with what we've got in the game at the moment. Stick that on as well, because we'll need that. Stick them on for giggles. Stick this on for giggles as well. Right, traits. Yep, no worries, is it? Been a long time since I've had this ship out, I tell you. Yeah. Alright, starship traits. Definitely complex on. Still cultural conquest on. The library. What's this going on? Oh, it's fucking double miracle work, ain't it? Is there ruins there? Well, stick stuff for battle on, why not? Right, stations. Let's just get the right, well, almost the right on it. Right. So, jam target sensors. Beta. Some stick. I'll put that as beam overload on that. That's tag team 2. Yeah, I'll do it. And we'll swap this out for. Yeah, I'll get that one. Take that off. I'll stick science team on. That'll do it. Right. Let's beam up and sort out the tree. Thank you, Crive. Appreciate the Prime sub. I've just seen it over on the actual Twitch feed. It's not actually came through on the chat, but I appreciate that, bud. Right. This could take a moment. That with that, that with that. That can come down here, that can come down here, that can go up there. That's going down there. Traits, because that's wrong. Should be that. Fine there. Batteries there. Well, let's see everything else that's not on it back on it. It's for me competitive engines. That's missing one from somewhere. DPRM's there, yep. Gemini, right Add that in. It's ready there. Whoopsie. Graph well emulating. Yep. Hey, Becky. Just mumbling away to myself as always. Target sensors should be up there. And you're back, Jones. Yeah, it's fine. I'm still messing a bit with this bloody trait. Tactic 2 can go up there. And we'll just stick the science team up there as well. Out we go. Why the hell have I got the engine power so high on this one? Traits. Mutations all done. Buffs. Again. Most of them have came off. Fantastic. You on and you on. Energy weapons, energy weapons. Not using body projectiles, don't know why you're on there. I'll stick you on. CSV and visual wise, what shall we stick on it? I feel like being in an alliance mood this time, I think. Make it look all so pretty. Ah, fair enough. I'm just doing random ships at the moment. I've got a wee random generator there. Yeah. I've done some gambling. I've done some moaning. Done some criticisms, and now we'll do some content. Since Dan's hanging about, I better invite him to the team. No idea where the Gone Identity went to. Jonesy, you went in on this, mate? Ah, that's why. You're sneaking about. Crive. When I said I was leading Dolphs, that was not what I meant. This is all because Twitch Veckin told you about my VODs. I noticed that. It was, you know, it's... Put the heart, mate. Put the heart. Crive, you went in on this. Just got to do some random advances if you're wanting. Yay. There we go. Right. Space. The final frontier. You can bring your red beam machine if you want. Vault ensnared? I don't think so. Not doing fucking vault ensnared. Oh, Titan Warrior, thank you very much for the follow. Advanced Starbase 1 and then into that fucking vault ensnared pisses off. I guess you two are going to be going having fun then. The lot of you's buggered off. I can wait for them to come back. Or perhaps some Delta packs whilst we're waiting. Sort of this inventory as well, actually, whilst I'm at it. Sort of the inventory and then open them up and we'll wait for them coming back. Oh, that's in here. Something in there, so that's fine. Alright, no worries, but I'll be inviting in a wee second, pal. Sorting out this inventory. Wait for the R2 to finish vault and snared. Alright. Let's see if we get anything out of the Delta packs. No ship. Shock. Yep, nothing decent there. Ah. There for the projectiles, that'll do. Oh, 2 crit projectiles, okay. It's pish. Well, we've got a rare EWO. Through get all of them sold at some point. Ah, 50 lobby, ready for the next lobby sale. So I can punt any of these bleeding holdings stuff away. No, can't do that one. What have I got? So embassy and spire. Embassy. Nope. Spire. Nope. Hey, Josie, we're going to do something for 7 minutes. We'll see her messing around with that, son. Jonesy, you're on a leave penalty for 25 minutes. So what you're trying to tell me, Dan, is you like to sit and spin, is what you're telling me. Jonesy, Jonesy, Jonesy. Terrible. Sure, doing that, I'll stack a couple of these casual drinking whilst flying. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I might punch some of these just whilst we're waiting. Sending science. Astrometrics. Hazard emitters. Yeah, 4-5. I'll go 4-4. $250 and yeah. Still, what's up for 250? That's because you're a biologist, that's why I'm not finding you. Operations Quartermaster. Fire on my mark, expose. Look. Yeah, for 500,000. Alright, engineering. Let's see what we can sell here. That's what we got. Right. Antimatter is the main ones there. Transfer shields. So 250 for that. Set all them up for that just now. So that was 250, wasn't it? Yeah, 250. I'll go sell at that. This is the annoying bit of doing the doff packs, is when you've got to try and sell them all. Just curious as to what those projectile ones are going to go for. $100 million. Yeah, it's yeah, they're getting sold. If it's 100 million, yep. 89, 5. Yeah, that's what they're getting sold for. Those packs make you happy. Fair enough. I'm going to keep the EWO even if it is only a rare because I do need it. Stacking crit chance again. 7. Game nicotine. Yep. There we go. Common. I'm just going to dismiss all the common ones because it's, believe it or not, the only in duty officer school that I don't actually have maxed out is the recruitment one. I wish you could just, no, select all and delete. Not exactly a resounding amount of XP, mind you, for it. Only 190. And I'm only at bloody rank 2. That one's a pain in the backside to try and complete. Hey, they're free again. Drive, you know you can go off people really easy, you know that. Invite the team. Invite the team. And invite the team. There we go. Allegiance does not match. It's fucking shocking, that is, isn't it? 20 seconds, we'll just do it the other way. Now you should join us when we do this. How did that not work? Okay, let's do picking KDF, honestly. No, realise there is only one faction in Star Trek Online, and that is the Federation. So it's only a Leviathan, which will put us advanced, so it'll be elite. So I have to make sure that we get through it all. I don't think it brought you. Alright. Oh, by the time we've done this, you'll be off with penalty. So, we'll get you in the next one. Aye, we'll get you in the next one. I've got bonus research. I don't actually do R&D in this one. Bonus salvage as well. Superb. Too busy really wanting a character you don't do either on. Right. I'll bolt up the middle. I'll go a ship are you in? Not mine in section 31 ships. Yeah. Bonus sandwich? Why not? I always love a bonus sandwich. See, I actually went for a kebab last night. That's what I should have done. After being out in the sauce and playing darts, what more could you ask for? And here we go.
Destroy them all. Enemy dreadnought on his main vector in the left lane.
I'll fucking shoot you, bloody thing. Thank you. Come on, move faster. At least there are optionals in this one. They're not fail conditions. There's nothing more infuriating than getting halfway through or 3/4 of the way through on this one on Elite. Only for somebody not to rescue an ally or fail to destroy a dreadnought in time and you fail the damn thing.
Well done. The internationals in the left lane are destroyed. One of your allies has received critical damage in battle. Enemy dreadnought on his main vector in the left lane. The internationals have been eliminated. Proceed to the next objective.
We have a pair of troubles to break.
The Guardians have destroyed one of your allies. A Terran dreadnought has been destroyed. Kapla!
Nice.
Of the right lane plasma accelerators remain functional. Disable the rest.
That wasn't a very positive statement, was it? 50% remain functional should be, you have destroyed half of them. Keep going. Positive reinforcement here.
Half the plasma accelerators in the center lane have been disabled.
Ah, there you go, he's encouraging me.
An Alliance vessel has successfully escaped. Eliminated 100 Terran divisions. Impressive.
Well, it didn't seem that my auto attack was staying on, but evidently it is.
One of your allies has received critical damage in battle.
I have to say, as much as I found Wesley extremely annoying in the story arc, the inside the V'ger and that was very well done. Especially for the TFO.
All of the center lane plasma accelerators have been disabled.
Left lane, that's suspect. Shame we can't throw the Terran ships into the way of the plasma bolts. That would be awesome fun. Also be nice to be able to rotate your ship's axis so it actually appears flat. I'm guessing Rix isn't helping with the plasma accelerators. Oh, there we go.
The plasma accelerators in the left lane have been disabled. Enemy dreadnought on his big vector in the left lane. All plasma accelerators are down. Well done. One of your allies has escaped successfully. 150 Terran vessels have fallen to you in battle. Just like moving ahead on these generators, disable their shielding and destroy them. One of your allies has escaped successfully.
We do like it when the allies escape successfully. I also like how getting hit in this one doesn't reset your progress whilst trying to disable stuff.
There are no shield generators remaining in the right lane. Generators in the center lane have been destroyed. An alliance
Who's doing the left lane?
severe hull damage.
A correction, who's supposed to be doing the left lane? I respect using Tamarin. I might even play with this Dreadnought.
An alliance vessel has successfully escaped. A Terran dreadnought has been destroyed.
Right, compilers, here we come.
Proceed to the compilers ahead.
Engine room bridge, more speed.
An Alliance vessel has successfully escaped.
I was getting my ass handed to me there for a second. Hey, there we go. That's what we call simples. Alright, Jonesy, you back yet, mate? There we go. So there's a couple of those doffs already. Happy days. Stop flashing, you annoying green icon. Come on, that's better. Wrong one again. Right, Jonesy, where are you? Yeah. Couple minutes, we'll wait a couple of minutes and sort everything else out. Right. The exchange console. Yeah, to hell with it, why not? Let's open up another 10. Just so we can pass the time. This is getting brutal, this is. Fucking R&D packs. Oh no, what another key left. Duty officer parade. Yeah. Chance me arm. See if we can't get a pulse phaser on me. No, we can't. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, still respectable. The R&D pack's going for. Oh, there goes my bloody mouse again. 2 seconds. Okay, bloody thing. That's my mouse working again. I don't know what is causing this, but it is doing my nutting. And 2. And then the 3. Training manual, didn't realise that. of you because you're crap. Get rid of you because you're crap as well. And we'll do the whole novel just for giggles. I can see where that's going to go. Hey, there we go. You can queue again. Gateway to Grethor for the last one. I really should have changed the ship, but too late now. I'll get we'll try something new on Sunday, and I'm going to open up the voice chat on the Discord, so everybody wants to join in voice during the stream can do so. Will be usual rules, nothing political, nothing that's going to get me banned, and that. Apart from that, I'm happy enough. Yeah, so I'll get the channels finalised on Discord on Saturday, and then I'll open it up on Sunday for the stream. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice bit more interaction. You know, I enjoy it when I join other streamers. I'm normally in voice chat with them. Wee Gamer, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, so I also find that when I'm chatting with folk as well, it makes the stream go a bit more organic, if you like. You know, there's not the delay waiting for the post coming up in the chat, me just responding to them and effectively talking to myself. Right. At the Connie 2, Jonesy. Nice. I wasn't overly bothered about getting it, and then I was watching Spencer messing around with the console off of it. Although it's got a crap range, but it does come in good for the endeavours such as the destroyed destructible torpedoes, etc. Oh, good, Dan's got that side clear, that's fine. And it was Boggle sent it to me, because I was just going up a promo pack shipped for it, and I was talking to Boggle because he was on about doing donations and that for giveaways, and he was like, well, if you want a Connie 2, I'll give you a Connie 2. I thought, fucking generous. Yeah, I'm not used to generosity like that. So yeah, did that. So I did a stream on it. I said, yeah, next Phoenix event I'm going to get it X2, and he sent me bleeding this T6 upgrade tokens to upgrade it to X2 on the stream. We did that and had some fun with it. That is the one good thing about the STO community for the most part, you know, is generosity, and a lot of it's pay it forward as well. I know that I've done donations of ships and that to other streams, Thornburgs, Mutaras and that, so everybody gets something out of it. I was saying to Clive earlier on, should do a GoFundMe addiction page and that, and see if we get the cat through the bundle.
Transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
I am in two minds whether Sunday the 16th to perhaps do the 24-hour stream. Because I'm off work the following week, and my wife works from home on a Monday, so she could do the school run with the kids, which would obviously allow me to sleep. Or what I might do is might do a 12-hour stream. We start about 1 o'clock in the afternoon my time, which for Eastern time I think would be about 7 AM.
Are moving toward the planet.
So, two minds me, 12 or 24-hour stream. A couple of weeks away, it would give me enough time to try and come up with a plan for it. It'll make half your shift go by quite quickly then, won't it? Just put me on the telly in the house and get everybody to gather around the common area and sit and watch me.
Transports from the starbase are moving toward the
I'll
planet.
convince them to come and play STO. Night of drinking on Jonesy for anybody that joins STO. I think I'm just having a spitballing an idea here, but one of the main problems with new players, apart from the Endeavour system, is that they've missed quite a lot of impactful stuff over the last 3-4 years certainly. So straight off the bat, if they wanted to get into the more meta side of the shipbuilding and that, you've got to go and get the Pavo set, for example. Woven.
The troop transports from the starbase
So
are moving toward the planet.
I was just having a wee thought there that one way to entice new players while still making money would be to increase the lifetime sub. And when I say increase the lifetime sub, I mean increase the cost of it. But if you get the lifetime sub, you get all the event rewards that have ever been done. So a new player coming in would have the Pavo, they'd have the Mirror Gagarin, they'd have the Mirror Somerville, they'd have Bajon Interceptors, etc. All of that account-wide unlock. So they wouldn't be starting on the back foot. It would give them enough to learn the game, be competitive if that's what they wish to do, but also give them the fun of having all the stuff to do the builds, knowing that it's there and they pay the one-off fee and that's it. So, which means, you know, obviously Deca would then either get an increase in lifetime subs, player retention, which in turn could mean them buying more and more in the game going forward. Yeah, they take a hit in muds, without a doubt. They would take a hit there, but depends how much they make on muds versus how much they make on the life subs, and whatever the players might buy after buying the life subs. And then also for players that are wanting to swap from console to PC or vice versa, yeah, they'd have to fork out for it. Console is free. PC, yeah, but you put a hand in your pocket. And so, before they listen to any of us, the thing is that ideas are like arseholes. Everybody's fucking got one in this game. And some of them will work, some of them won't. Some of them could use a bit of trial. But the problem is being able to present it in a way that Deca views it as a viable option. And realistically, none of us can actually do that. And that's solely because we don't have the sales data. We don't know how much money they make off of muds. We don't know how much they make off of the slots, which apparently is the biggest seller. I thought it would have been keys, but hey ho, that's just me. Off of promo packs, key sales and that, we just don't know. So yeah, it's it was just something just occurred to me there. Just moment of inspiration. I might try and formulate that into a more concise, you know, pro-con thing, and I might send it over to Suna and see if she'll take it in-house to the team and see what they say. All I can do is put a wee caveat on it. This is based solely on my personal interpretation of feedback I get from the player base when stuff comes out. Well, that's the other thing as well, though, Dan, is that as I've said on numerous occasions, I probably really shouldn't keep saying that, but they seem very focused, short-term gains at long-term losses, and that they'll sacrifice making more money in the long term to make the balance sheet look better that quarter. And it is all subjective as well, because I could turn around and say, if you give a brand new player the ability to buy everything in one go that's released, they get T6 ships, you know, they're getting some still relative meta consoles and traits, you know, they're getting into the game, they may be watching Spencer or Stu or Mick Stu, Nick and so forth, doing the builds, looking at the different ships. If they get bitten by the bug, then yeah, they could spend a lot more money over the lifetime of the game. I was talking about that earlier on, Titan. It would kill console if it was cross-play. Because I play both. I play Xbox and PC. On PC, we've got a lot more control over our builds. Because we have a mouse and keyboard. And that the UI, whilst done very well, for the controller aspect, and able to get as much functionality as it has, and the auto activations, I would think that the console players would fall behind the PC players purely because of that, which would probably lead to frustration. But also, if they did that and opened up the markets on both, such as the Deluxe, which has no backlog on console because there's no bot farms, and the exchange as well's slightly better pricing on console compared to PC, I think it would probably, if not kill it off, certainly reduce the enthusiasm for console players, unfortunately. It's something that's been bandied about for years, and we discuss it, whether it be on stream, on our Discords, and it always seems to come back to the same arguments: the economy of the console, the UI versus that on PC. We have also suggested this, and Xbox probably more so than PlayStation, because Xbox is basically Windows. So putting the PC UI in when a mouse and keyboard is detected, and you can select either controller input or mouse and keyboard. If they did that, well, effectively you've just got a PC with one button and a drive. But that would help. I would say it would certainly give more options. Well, the dev has said that. And the problem is that the console version they stole was set up by an external. Cheers, Doc. Appreciate it, bud. There was an external party they brought in to code STO for console, which is why some of the team were unaware that auto activation was a thing. So there'll be ways round it. It could be that a cross play would only apply to TFOs. Crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation, that could be a thing. Again, the economies are slightly different on both, and that I know Xbox is slightly better on the Deluxe compared to PlayStation, but I think the PlayStation Exchange is slightly better than Xbox's, so could balance out. But yeah, I would certainly say console wise, they should enable crossplay, definitely. And if they were to do it between PC and console, if they limited it to purely TFOs, so there was no interaction with the economies in the game and the platforms, that could be a goer as well. It's because they struggle with console. They struggle with PC as well, to be fair. It's a non-standard code that the game's built on. I'm not a programmer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just a simple engineer, and I look at a problem very simple. If I can hit it with a hammer and fix it, I'll hit it with a hammer and fix it. But from what I've gathered from seeing discussions with devs and, well, yeah, that's too well, Crive, that the code isn't anywhere near as flexible or user-friendly as more modern coding languages are. So if you look at, like, say, Battlefield and Call of Duty, that's all cross-platform. It's a pain in the arse I switched cross-play off on Xbox because the amount of fucking exploits that are on the PC version just kind of kills it for me. But you have that option that PC and Xbox and PlayStation all play together. but that's a very big company, game studio, that has got the resources and the more up-to-date coding languages to do that. Yeah, that is also true, Titan, that there isn't as many console players now. There was a mass exodus about 3-4 years ago. I can't recall honestly what happened. I believe either there was something said by somebody in a position of power, or something happened within the player base, but a lot of veteran players on console quit, and the numbers went down quite dramatically. And we've seen that, when Spencer's, since he got his PlayStation 5, he was doing the comparison when we're doing the summer event. The amount of instances on Ryza on PC versus the amount of instances on PlayStation at the same time, the numbers were night and day. And it is unfortunate, because no matter what platform we're on, we all want Star Trek Online to succeed, and the more players on any platform is contributing to keeping the game online, which is what we all want. You'd like to think so, Dan, but you've got to remember though, this was an Atari code for 16 years ago. But no chance. Yeah, I was going to get to the point where the folk working on the game weren't even born when the coding language was invented. So, and there's no way they'll move it. And that they'd effectively have to build a brand new game on new coding to do it, which would cost them an absolute fortune, and as I've said, would detract all the time from doing new content on this one until the new one was finished. So, but between a rock and a hard place, unfortunately. But again, that's not true though, Dan, as they'd have to redo it all for the new code and for the new engine. It's not a simple copy and paste job, unfortunately. Yeah, and Deca echoed that as well earlier this year, because everybody thinks, oh, just put it on Unreal 5 and everything will be fixed. Doesn't work that way. You stick it on an Unreal 5 engine and it'll still look and behave exactly as it is just now, because all you're doing is changing the hardware. You're not changing the coding. I was in a very similar position back in 2016, Titan. I had most of the folk that have watched me regularly know the story by heart now, so I'll just give you the highlights. I started off in PC 2011, maybe 2012. And I was just dawdling away in the game. I mean, I wasn't doing anything fantastic. I was just flying in, doing missions, doing tables, coming away again. And I also had an iMac at home at the time. This was pre-kids. Once the kids came along, no money. And my laptop, which had been faithful for a good few years, started to struggle to run STO, which is very, very surprising given you could probably run this on a calculator. But anyway, I eventually gave up the ghost, and because I had the iMac in the house and the Xbox, I couldn't justify going out and buying another PC. So I just switched to Xbox, and I played on Xbox on and off for many years. And then it must have been about 5 years ago, And I was in a position, I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to get myself a gaming laptop. So I did. My Mac had gave up the ghost at that point, so I was wanting a new machine. So when I got myself a gaming laptop, I thought, oh, I've still got my STO account. I'll get back into the PC side of things. And I started playing again on PC and playing on Xbox. And then earlier this year, I decided that because I was doing the streaming, as well as all the video editing and everything else, whilst the laptop was fine for doing the games, it was struggling running the game plus the streams and everything else. So whilst I was on holiday with the family earlier on this year, I seen a tower pre-built, and I made a couple of modifications to it. It's cost me about $2,000, and that's what I'm running now. So, but because I've got all the progress and stuff on Xbox, I won't walk away from my Xbox account because the time invested in it and the money invested in that, and I focus mainly on PC now. So there we are. That's taken me well past my bedtime, and so guess it does a lovely job. Fans are a bit noisy, but apart from that, it does a very lovely job. So I'm going to start wrapping things up. Well, it's been a fun night. Done a lot of bitching and moaning, stoking the fires. I might go and check the Discords in a minute and see what else I've missed. So I'll be back Sunday night. I better switch to my stream end screen. Set up a screen for it, and I rarely use it. So I'll be back Sunday night. I'm going to work on getting the voice chats set up for the stream, so you can join in voice if you wish. I'll do some more random ship, and hell, you never know, might even win a ship. Who knows? So I'm gonna have a wee quick look on Twitch and to see who we can go and raid out to. Cow Tipping Mike. Now that sounds like a fun guy. He's doing Star Trek Online. Let's just have a wee quick look. Yeah, I might send these over to Cow Tipping Mike. So thank you all for joining in, and I hope to see you on Sunday. So let's get that raid going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hope I catch you Sunday. See you all.